Gladiator was the Oscar-winning movie of 2000. It stars Russell Crowe as Maximus Decimus Meridius, a Roman general in 180 AD who is unexpectedly enslaved as a gladiator and fights a Roman emperor in a gladiatorial duel at Rome's Colosseum. The movie starts with a battle at Vindobona, near modern-day Vienna, where Germanic tribes are in rebellion against the Roman Empire. Emperor Marcus Aurelius, played by Richard Harris, is dying of an illness and wants to appoint a successor. However, he views his son Commodus, played by Joaquin Phoenix, as corrupt and therefore unfit to rule. He wants Maximus, his most trusted general, to rule Rome temporarily and then return it to a republic. Maximus at first declines, but then agrees to think it over. Afterwards, the emperor tells his son Commodus he will not be emperor.
Which wiser older man is to take my place?
My powers will pass to Maximus, to hold in trust until the Senate is ready to rule once more. Rome is to be a republic again.
In an emotional scene where Commodus admits he has failed to live up to his father's expectations, Commodus kills him by smothering him against his chest while the two are alone. He tells others his father died in his sleep and proclaims himself emperor. With his new authority, Commodus orders the Praetorian Guard to kill Maximus and his family, who live in the Spanish town of Turgalium, which today is called Trujillo. But Maximus survives the attack and quickly rides to his home, only to discover his wife and son have been crucified. He collapses from exhaustion, and a slave trader finds him and later sells him to Proximo, a former gladiator who runs a gladiator school in the town of Zucobar in northern Africa. In a violent spectacle organized by Proximo, Maximus proves himself to be a supremely skilled fighter. So Proximo takes Maximus and his other gladiators to fight at the Colosseum in Rome. It's there that Emperor Commodus notices Maximus's impressive gladiatorial skills without realizing who he is. Commodus enters the ring to meet the man who is known only as the Spaniard to the crowd. He orders him to remove his helmet and immediately recognizes Maximus, his father's most trusted general. At that moment, Maximus identifies himself and promises revenge for the death of his family.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the North, general of the Felix Legions, loyal servant to the true emperor Marcus Aurelius, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next.
Commodus considers killing him, but reconsiders when it becomes obvious the crowd wants him to live. The remainder of the movie is mostly intrigue between Commodus and the Senate. Also, Lucilla, played by Connie Nielsen, is Commodus's sister and Maximus's former lover. She encourages him to kill the emperor, but Maximus refuses, pointing out he's in no position to do so. A subplot reveals Commodus has romantic feelings for Lucilla, despite being her full brother. Commodus makes romantic passes to her in 2 scenes, but she rebuffs him both times. After the second rejection, he threatens to kill her son Lucius if she continues to resist him. Maximus's popularity grows in Rome each time he fights in the ring, so Commodus organizes a duel between himself and Maximus, but he punctures one of Maximus's lungs prior to the fight. Despite this, Maximus kills him, but then dies of his wounds. It's important to note that there are many historical inaccuracies in the movie, the most glaring one being that Maximus never existed. Also, Emperor Marcus Aurelius wasn't murdered. He died of the Antonine Plague, which historians now believe was either smallpox or the measles. Commodus was a real Roman emperor, but was hated by the Roman people for being a tyrant. He occasionally fought in fixed gladiatorial duels so that he would always win, but he didn't die in the ring. Narcissus, a wrestler and Commodus's trainer in gladiatorial battles, choked him to death for a large reward after Commodus's concubine, Marcia, poisoned him for ordering her execution. The movie is a rewritten version of somewhat obscure historical events that took place in the late 2nd century. However, Ridley Scott's goal was obviously not historical accuracy, but rather creating a character who follows an ethical moral code even under dire circumstances. Gladiator, without question, deserved all the Oscars it won, which were Best Picture, Best Actor for Russell Crowe, Best Visual Effects, Best Sound, and Best Costume Design. Good night, and always remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks very much.